This should be easy, right? Well, only if things were that simple. Hello and welcome to Coast Nation Fan TV. I am Pelo, I'm your host. This is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs. Amakosi Football Club. And in this video, we'll be previewing the DSTV Premiership match between Kaizer Chiefs, Amakosi, and Sekhukhune United. Banaba something. So it will be an interesting game because in the previous two games that we've played, obviously Chiefs has won 2-1 and 1-0, but things will be different, right? This time around because they have Brendan Truter, who had promised to give Chiefs hands when he was still a coach Yamazulu, but then that didn't happen and then ended up being fired. So he probably has a bone to pick with the Chiefs. I think he would just want to win against the Chiefs also because you just want to win against the big teams as well. And it also helps Uguti Sekhukhune in the previous games. They've been picking up form, 2 draws and a win in the last 3 games. So it's promising for them. They are seeing results and they just had a good game against Imarumo Gallants where they won 3-2 thanks to Ibraiska Victor Letsoalo and another goal by another guy. And that would be interesting, by the way, to see how they set up tomorrow, because what I saw when they were playing against Imarumo Gallants is the fact that they were leaving themselves exposed because they were trying to press too much. Because there is a goal that they got because they pressed Imarumo Gallants, a ball-playing team, which Chiefs will also be holding on to the ball. So it will be interesting to see whether Sekhukhune will come to Chiefs with the approach of Guti. We press them, we force them to making mistakes, because we know Guti Chiefs so far this season, they've made a lot of mistakes when the defenders were being pressed. So it will be interesting to see then Guti, will they try to press Chiefs and risk leaving gaps between their lines, or will they just say, you know what, let's stay deep and catch Chiefs on a counter, because they have a pace going forward. And if they use that pace in a right way, they could really punish Chiefs. Because as we saw in the previous game, Uguti, Chiefs was using Ufrosla to overlap a lot, and then that left Imbobo on the right side. And then Ukwinika would shift to the right to cover Ufrosla, and then Udove would have to shift to cover Ukwinika. Now we have another problem, because now someone could position themselves centrally so that if Ukwinika shifts to the right and then Dove shifts to cover Ukwinika, then there is a space that is open because Uhlanti pushes forward to add numbers as well. So now Sekhukhune has an option of saying, you know what, let's put Letsoalo wide on the right, and even if he is one-on-one with Ukwinika, he's going to beat him for pace, and they could exploit that option. Which, you know what, let's not even try to press them. Let's let them come to us, let them advance the ball to our final third, but we win the ball, we have outlet, Letsoalo, we play the ball to him, and then he takes on Ukwinika and then basically beats him for pace, and then he goes and scores a goal. That's the approach that I would probably take if I was a coach at Sekhukhune. Exploit the fact that Chiefs doesn't have a pace and they use their fullbacks to overlap. Now, I am not Brendan Truter. I don't know what he's going to do, but I'm going to try and think what Atazwane will do as the coach of Amakosi. That's enough. Okay, so if you're enjoying this video, by the way, please make sure to like it. It helps YouTube to spread the video to more people like you. If they see what you're liking the video, they think, oh, okay, they like this guy, so let's give more people this video because they like this guy and they clicked like. Also, please do subscribe and leave a comment. Guys, it's important to leave comments. If you disagree with me, my comments. Let's go. So starting lineup, say Chiefs. This is what I see. Kone, obviously, that's a given. If he's available, is always going to play. Right back, this is where it gets interesting. I talked a lot about Sekhukhune trying to exploit our right side. And there's a possibility of coach to Umangete could play Solomon's good right back. The reason being, recovery pace is much better than Ufrosla. And I think Solomon's can go 90 minutes because he's fit and determined, and I can see him lasting 90 minutes, tracking back, going forward, coming back, tracking back. You know, with Derby, I saw him doing that a lot. So in a way, he still provides us an option going forward, but he still gives us a good recovery in case Ukwinika is not coping. So I think that would probably happen because I think there are a lot of games that are coming up, and Uglalisa Ufrosla, who's injury prone, game in, game out, might risk him getting injured, or it might just keep it the same. But I think it would make some sense if Solomons did start. Kweneka is always going to play. I hope Uguti this week, the past 5 days, he really realized Uguti indaba ye-pace yakhe and not looking fit, they can do something about it, because I was not overly impressed by how he looked when he was jogging, running back and all that stuff. So I just hope Uguti there is a way of fixing that and not just depending on Udove covering him in case he makes a mistake. Fingers crossed. Next up is Dove. Dove is been one of the most underrated player with Chiefs this season. He's obviously going to start. And then Uhlanti, who should start giving us more, by the way. Uhlanti plays really average in my opinion. He just gives you what you expect from the player in that position and based on the tactics that he's given. He just does it by the book. And there's nothing wrong with that, because there are players who don't even do it by the book. Uhlanti, you can see the very basics. Uguti, he's going to just invert because that's what the tactics demand. Uguti, you're not going wide to overlap like Solomons or Frosla on the right. So he's just going to invert in the middle and try to add numbers in the middle. And basically that's it. Going backwards, yeah, okay, akazidlisi. That's what I'm saying. Akazidlisi going backwards, but it's not like, oh, he's efficient, he's doing things that I've never seen before. So I just think he's okay, but I think we need to start seeing more. I was watching Arsenal play against Newcastle United 2 days ago, and I saw what Zinchenko was doing in the same role that Uhlanti has been given by Uzwane. And indaba yama inverted fullbacks vele uphepha umuntu oqala ukuyisebenzisa kakhulu, that I saw in any case. Ucancelo inverting and then playing those dangerous passes into 18. Uzinchenko ku-Arsenal now doing the same thing, inverting into the midfield, adding numbers in the midfield so that we win the ball back, and after winning the ball back we can also create dangerous passes from the middle, and then basically the opponent doesn't know what to do. Do we go in? Because if we go to the middle field, then we leave Abantaba wide or Sekhukhune being free to run at us, or do we stay wide? And if you stay wide again, you let Uhlanti create. So I feel like for the position that he's given, he should be giving us more, like more defensive splitting passes. Because what I end up seeing is Udove doing those things, and I'm like, how? I thought Uhlanti is the one who's supposed to be doing that thing, you create my chances through the middle. But I hope with time we'll see him doing much better. Going to our midfielders, to Samgelo Zwane and Omart, I don't think this will be a difficult game for them, unless Sekhukhune decides to be brave and just plays the ball and comes at us. Because I think with Usamgelo Zwane, what has happened with him, he's really good going forward. He's going to help us a lot with those passes, accurate passes, pinpoint passes that he plays. I think he just needs to grow more when it comes to defending. I don't think Ikemiak, when it comes to the defending side, is as high as you might want it to be for a player who's playing as a defensive midfielder. But that's not to say, no, he sucks. No, it's just to say there is a lot of room for improvement in that area. But we are going to need him in a game that I see us dominating a position. Ben Omar, I saw they have a good combination and they're finding more and more passes when they're playing against the Arrows. Now moving on to the player Ozodlal number 10. To be honest, Umshini, I wasn't so impressed against Arrows. I feel like it was quite a lot. We saw more from our number 6 to Mart, no Zwane, but we didn't see much from Umshini. And I hope he starts taking his chances when he's given. Because what's going to happen is Umdo is coming in from development, and we saw when he came in what he did. He showed the flair, he showed the confidence, which is sometimes lacking with Umshini. It just feels like a body language it does not say, yes, I want to dominate, I don't care, I'm not scared of you. It just looks like, yeah, I'm Nandi, I will do 1, 2 and 3, but akukuguti in a confidence angensabi, umjida uskilled, but sengifuna ukumbona nje thatha abadlali 1-2 players out, and then because Umshini is good, he's really good. It's just that now I think mentality wise also. There's been a lot of things that he went through this year, so I hope they help him with that, because if you give a player of his technical ability confidence, there's no telling what he can do for the Chiefs. And I think he has enriched his potential, and obviously he's still young and he's going to reach his potential. So I hope he gives us more, especially if Sekhukhune decides to stay deep. We will need him to be really good with taking players out and then picking those passes. Enjoying the video, like it and subscribe if you are new. Leave a comment letting me know what you think. We go to Amawinga Zetu. On the left, Udupri will start, because Vela, even against Arrows, was supposed to start, but apparently he was ill. So if there is nothing that I'm missing, Udupri is going to start as a left winger. I'm sure some people are already asking, Sekhot, I'm bench. I think it's because Uzwane prefers to start with Dupree, so that Usekhota comes in second half and then just finishes them off, because Uzofika Sekhamgane pace second half, and then they're like, oh no, we still have to deal with Usekhota, So he's just that wild card, also Caesar second half to finish them off if Ashley doesn't work out. And then on the right, obviously Utoli, technical ability, he plays a reverse passes to Solomon's either crosses the ball to Caleb, or plays the ball back to Caleb, or plays the ball back to Toli, who then picks a pass. And then Caleb angaphumi on the 60th minute. He hasn't finished a game, he always gets tired. What do you think about tomorrow? My match prediction again is the Chiefs should dominate this game and win it 3-0. I would think Batemba this time and say they will keep a clean sheet, because I didn't trust them. If you want to know what I think Chiefs needs to fix going forward, this is the video that you should check out. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you after the game, and until next time, remember, equals Alpelo Moy.